My graduation topic is about the tapir. The tapir is a odd-toed ungulate, which is a grandfather of the horse. And I explored its anatomy and the prehistoric ancestors of the tapir. I picked this topic because I adore tapirs. They have been my favorite animal for the longest time, and I just think they are very underappreciated and underrepresented in science and media. And they are endangered. 3 out of 4 living tapir species is endangered. And yeah, they deserve some attention. My external advisor was Dr. Jamie McLaurin. He is a researcher from the University of Antwerp, and he has been great in guiding me through the ins and outs of the tapir. The paleontological illustrations that I made are targeted towards an audience that is mainly unknown towards the paleontological world. I researched how 3 tapir species that have been extinct might have looked like in their time period, which is the Miocene and the Pleistocene. And I researched that according to fossil records and fossil remains that they found. So to reconstruct these animals, I read through some scientific articles that had all these descriptions about the fossil remains that they had found. I reconstructed the remains with pictures, but also in correlation with their measurements. And that came with some sort of framework on which I could base the exterior of the tapir. And then we speculated, Dr. McLaurin and I speculated about the exterior of the tapir, about its color, its pattern, and that resulted into these tapirs. For my graduation project, I used the traditional technique of graphite pencil. I used it because it gives you a lot of power over your work. It gives you, graphite pencil. It's something you've done so many times, and it allows you to really find that shape and shadow and form that you're looking for. And then later I digitally colored it because that gives this still traditional look of the painting, but adds a digital cleanness of coloration that is really easy to use and to apply. So for my thesis, I used these 3D models that were provided me. They were actually scans of existing bones. I got them and they were beautiful. I put them in this program called ZBrush, and then I started modeling them in a leg. So I used a reference picture of a tapir and I modeled them on top of that picture in the right order, and especially all the carpal bones are really tiny bones in the hand of the tapir. Those had to be rotated, modeled, fitted right in to leave some room for cartilage too. And then they became these beautiful rendered standing up legs of a tapir. In this exhibition, I would like to make this little step towards a young, modern and inclusive era of scientific illustration. And therefore I illustrated the head of a beautiful modern black woman in opposed to the elderly white woman that I dissected, because I think in the scientific illustration nowadays there are a lot of middle-aged white people, and I would like to change that. I think this thesis and also the collaboration with Dr. McLaurin has taught me what it means to really be in the field of scientific illustration, and it has prepared me very well. I feel like starting my own company, getting out there, contacting clients, making more amazing art, and I feel ready. I hope people get excitement about paleontology, but also about the tapir itself. And that people are educated. The tapir is not an anteater. That's what I want people to take away from this. That scientific illustration can be fun and pretty and educational at the same time. What I most enjoyed of this whole experience with the thesis and of the whole MSI Masters is the way that the atmosphere is at this place. It's just so warm and so everybody's helpful, everybody's kind, and we really become stronger and better illustrators when we help each other, and that is what this program proves, because I wouldn't have been able to do it without the teachers and my colleagues and we just thrive together. That's great.